What's up? We are back. It is official. I will crack a wonderful NA. Still sober. Couldn't get me drinking in the off season.
What a loser.
Jimmy, you're sober now too, right? You quit drinking?
For like a week. I dabble in the arts here and there.
Yeah, snaps for a buddy.
I go back and forth. It depends how we're going.
Yeah,
I'm doing water right now though. But
it depends on how much you drank the weekend before and how much Des yelled at you about that drink. Like, just not even yelled, but just like the attitude. You can feel it when you're like, ooh, I kind of overdid it a bit this weekend, didn't I? And then you're like, all right, I'm not going to drink for like at least 4 days.
I mean, it feels like you're in the household, but it's pretty accurate.
For having never been married myself, it's wild how I pick up on that, right?
Yeah. I did have a work trip, so you free drinks. It's hard to say no to. When I'm home, I'm good.
In this economy, it's irresponsible not to do that.
Exactly. If I know I can put on a company card, might as well have a 100%. Guinness.
Yeah. True North. Yeah, Dan did. Well, he tried to rage quit, and we hit him with the "you can't quit because you're fired." So you won't have to deal with him at all this year. I shouldn't say that. We're probably going to try and make him come on occasionally.
There's going to be hearing about. Did you see Rodgers on McAfee today?
Dude, I saw that and I thought,
Dan was like,
so
I gotta come back.
So mad that there's a show tonight and he can't. Let me call him quick. I'll put it on speaker so we can all. I'll just call it and see if he wants to jump on.
The second he saw him say, "I plead the fifth," Tony Fauci didn't even give him a doctor. Tony Fauci just hit him with Tony Fauci. I didn't even know that was his first name until right now.
It's Anthony.
Oh, okay.
Tony, short for Anthony.
Yes, thank you.
Look at you learning stuff. I only know that because that was the name on my fake ID. It was Anthony, and I went by Tony.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your full fake name was Anthony Fauci. Kudos to you.
My ID back in 2004, 2005 was Tony Fauci.
You never know. I thought it would be really good. There's
your call.
Yeah,
he must be on the phone with the president right now. Not answer. So
trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Anyways, for those that are here, this isn't the new official format. All right, we're still gonna have what we had before, kind of set up. Matt Pickett is going to be filling in for Dan, taking a little bit different approach to things. But the segments will be back here in a couple of weeks. We told Pickett that he could have the job, and to celebrate, we sent him away for a couple of weeks on vacation. So he's hanging out. He'll be back at some point, I guess, and we'll have him on here with us. So we just wanted to jump on, welcome everybody back. It's going to be an exciting season. I'm looking forward to it. Though it creeps up on me. I was just talking to my friend. So I'm in Montana right now. I'm getting ready to leave their house this week. And they were like, we hate when Todd leaves because that means summer's almost over. I hate training camp for two reasons. One, my Twitter feed is garbage. Thank you for everybody that tells me that Josh Jacobs got a carry for 2 yards up the middle at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon or morning. Incredible stuff. I don't know how I'm living without this. And shout out to everybody that quote tweets that with just a dumbass emoji. We needed to know. We need to, like, can we all just pick, like, let's do Wes and Matt and Rob. Yeah. And like, they're allowed to tweet the plays that are happening at practice. And then like everyone follows them anyways. Everyone in Packer world follows them anyways. So we get it there, and that's enough.
I hate this, but I actually brought you up on, I think it was Friday's Pack-A-Day episode, where I said like Todd actually made an incredible point where like the Twitter feed, it's like fun. Shout out Todd. It's fun for like a couple minutes where like, oh, all these tweets. And they're like, I saw this 17 times already. Like, guys, you don't have to retweet the news.
Today,
I found that I just see the same shit over and over again. I'm like, come on, guys.
Today's the MLB trade deadline. All my entire feed was during practice was practice. I was practice, not a game, Jimmy. Practice.
Don't. You're not Allen Iverson. Don't ever.
But it was just like, so that's one thing I hate. The other thing is that it means summer's almost over. The other thing I hate about training camp, to bring us all the way back to where that started. You forgot that we were even having that conversation.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Perfect. So while we're on that topic of training camp, this is what in the business they call this a transition. Jimmy, why don't you fill me in on what's been happening in training camp? Because I just speed scroll past all of that.
I'm in. This is one that I want to test your memory. We were together.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Corey, we're not talking about kickers. We are not talking
don't worry.
about kickers.
No, don't worry, Corey. We're getting
This is a kicker and punter free show.
No, it'll be on there. It'll be on there. My first one, though, to you. We were together when Zach Tom was drafted. Do you remember?
Names. Can't trust him.
That is exactly what you said when he was drafted.
Yeah, and now he sounds like a trustworthy man. That would have been. Okay. I tweeted yesterday. I haven't heard the official pronunciation of that, so I'm not going to try it. Just reading it. That's a top 10 draft pick first name.
Okay.
Or first last name combo.
I wanted to see if obviously we've seen his plays, but I wanted to see if you just changed overall your stance on him because it's not two first names anymore. And we had official David Bakhtiari put out D-Bach to Z-Bach. There it is. Hall of Famer, borderline Hall of Famer. The biggest, headlines, I'm going to go off memory. I thought about taking notes as I read through news, and I was like, that's not Lombardi's bar way. So let's go off memory.
Yeah.
Biggest thing.
Good, because when we recap the offseason here in a minute, I was going to pull up transactions and have that same thought. Since when do we come prepared?
When do we care?
We didn't even open the Google Doc for this, guys. So
no.
Shout out to everyone who's here right now dealing with this mess.
Tis off the cuff.
Incredible.
All right. Looking at offense. Yes.
Lambo. Good to have you. We moved to Mondays just for you, Lambo, because Wednesdays weren't working for you anymore.
Yeah. And it is nice because then we can actually keep the memory of the game. Because after a couple of days of the Packer game, it's kind of hard, one, to care about the game that happened a few days ago and remember everything that happened.
Really, what it came down to was by the time Wednesdays rolled around, I had no recollection of the game. And also, I was in the middle of my work week getting the shit kicked out of me and was like, I don't want to do this tonight. So, as long as I remember that there's a show and I'm in a different time zone, we're good on Mondays.
I already forgot about today. I texted you. I was like, oh, shit, I forgot Lombardi's bars today.
Well, my friends had texted me, hey, I was like, I'll pick up dinner tonight. They were like, cool. Well, what time? Let's do 6. Perfect. 6 o'clock works great. I'll go pick it up. I'll come back. We can eat. I'll do the show at 7. Maggie hit me up 3 minutes before 7 or before 6 here and was like, hey, so you still have an hour till your show, right? And I was like, yeah. No, I have to call Jimmy. So shout out to Maggie for understanding time zones better than I do.
We all struggle.
Anyways, Jimmy.
Yes.
You're supposed to be telling me about training camp.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, perfect. Offensive line.
Yep.
Big storyline going into the year. Jordan Morgan starting at left tackle. Supposed to have Aaron Banks at left guard. Sean Ryan center. That's good. Belton right guard. And then
what do you mean should have?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Then we have our boy Zach. New last name. I don't want to butcher it either until I know.
Right.
Fuck it. Zach, I do have it. I'm gonna do it. Zach Bako Bewale is how I'm gonna just assume it's pronounced until they correct me otherwise.
This is where we need Pickett because he would be on that.
He would. Yeah. He would have it spelt out with the lines over where you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He's at right tackle. He's not practicing in teams yet, but we have Aaron Banks, his knee/load management, not playing at left guard right now. They've been putting some other people in there. You've been seeing Monk over at left guard. And then our prized possession, our mid-round pick, Jager Burton, who people and even coaches gave him a lot of praise during OTAs and minicamp, already tweaked his hamstring and is not practicing right now. Kind of that rotational piece. Going into a season where offensive line was a big question mark, you already have Aaron Banks not playing. You already have your maybe battling for a spot Burton not playing. And you have Zach Bell. That's going to take a second. Zach Bach, I'm just going to call him. Zach Bach not able yet to be at right tackle. Where are you at right now with your worry for the offensive line, or do you not care because it's literally just 2 weeks into training camp?
I just reached out to the Packers themselves and got a response on the pronunciation. Baco Biwele.
Oh, I was not close. Okay, Baco Biwele. Who'd you text? Matt Pickett? Did he know?
Wes.
Oh, damn
it. My concern, based on 30% paying attention to what you were just saying there, is actually really good. Because if we remember last year at training camp, we had, did I freeze or did you freeze?
I'm here.
We good? Okay, cool. Last year at training camp, remember, we had 2 starting offensive lines, groups of 5 ready to roll. Like, we had it all, right?
Yeah.
We had we had depth, and we had a lot of good guys. And then what did we find out when they had to play real football against other teams?
They weren't good.
Yeah. And injuries were apparently turned on last year. So I think going into it, having like already a banged up, thin offensive line, cool. Yeah, I guess sure. Because even when they were healthy and deep, it turned out bad. So let's try something else.
See, so I love the positivity, but I do want to point out your try something else to just go in banged up with no depth.
Story of my life.
All right. I don't know, dude. I'm worried. Aaron Banks was not good last year. Even in the end, he was hurt. I don't know. I'm having a stroke already just thinking about it. It's just going into the season with Aaron Banks as your left guard. When last year he went into it rough, got a little bit better later on in the year. He's starting off with knee and load management issues right now. And I get it's weird that we restructured his contract. So now we're stuck with him with more money. And it's someone who can't play. You have Belton, who you hope is good at right guard, but you don't really know. He played okay at the end of last year. Granted, he's going into a full season now, having the right guard starting position, not locked in, but the favorite for it with Sean Ryan at center, who is an upgrade from Elton Jenkins based on how he played last year. It's the unit that makes or breaks it. Like last year, the offense did well without it.
All I just heard was left tackle. We've got one. Left guard.
But we don't have one. We don't have a left tackle. We have a body there, but we have no idea what he is at left tackle.
Perfect. Yeah. The depth chart. Is there a guy there?
But that's an insane way to just check it off. But yes, there is a guy there. Yeah. There's going to be a guy there at week 1 no matter what.
I didn't say we had a good one. I said we have one.
Okay. Then yes, that's factually correct. Yep.
We have a player that will play left tackle.
Yep.
Done. Moving on. Let's talk. Give me other positions. What else do we have happening?
Okay. Okay. I thought you were going to say moving on, like you're going to name the rest of the offensive line we're worried about, but you a whole different one. Let's go defense. Let's flip it over. Defense.
Is there more to talk about with the offensive line?
It's a worry. It's a big worry. It's a big worry.
It's the second week of training.
We have Stackhouse, who was on PUP for a day. There's just both of our trenches, kind of a question mark until Mike returns on the defensive side. I want to get your thoughts on what they're doing, your confidence in Lucas Van Ness, if Sorrell can step up in the second year, the interior with Wyatt coming back from kind of a big injury, took him out for the year, broken ankle, some ligament stuff. Like, what are your thoughts on?
Yes, he's going to get snaps early, and you're going to find out what's there. I think Hargrave was a nice addition. They needed another big body to help clog things up, right? Especially with Wyatt coming off of an injury. You're going to want to limit his exposure early. So it'll be interesting. I feel like I've said this the last few years in other positions, kind of like where the wide receivers were last year. Somebody's got to pop. Somebody has to stand out if they want to stick around. And they're not quite there with a lot of the contracts with these younger guys. And I know they just paid Devontae, but like, is it worth keeping some of them around, or are you going to start drafting replacements next season? So I think it's a big year for those guys there. And I think we'll find out, at some point, someone that the Packers draft has to progress and become really good. Devontae Wyatt has been a really good player when he's on the field and healthy, but he's really streaky, and it seems like he can disappear for a while. And whether that was based on the rotation of guys, like they just didn't have dudes playing a ton of snaps, it didn't seem like. I know Rashawn took a lot of the heat for that in the media, but I feel like everybody kind of rotated a ton. And it's like, Devontae, you're getting paid, you need to be in there, right? So hopefully Gannon's philosophy is a little bit more play the guys that you're paying and hope that they produce, while letting some of these other guys get time in there, especially with the Parsons injury, to figure out what you've got.
It's a weird defensive line without Parsons right now, because everyone, to your point, everyone that you point at, it's even when Kenny Clark was still here, we would always say there's games where he pops off and then he disappears for a chunk, and then he's Mr. December at the end of the year and kind of reinvigorates his play style. Wyatt pops up, disappears, gets hurt. Lucas Van Ness had a good season at the start, got hurt, came back, and was serviceable for sure, and had a couple moments. Rashawn Gary, we knew what he was. He's not on the team anymore, but now you're looking at a lot of people where it's, what can you do? Even Hargrave. Last year, he did not have a good year with the Vikings, and now we're coming in here hoping with Gannon can kind of reinvigorate his play style as well. Has some familiarity with Gannon, but I don't know, dude. Our trenches are one. You look at this team, you look at the potential of it. It's a deep playoff run team. You look at the low floor of the team and the question marks, it can go bad. But looking at the offensive side, when you have a Jordan Love, when you have a Josh Jacobs, a Watson, we'll see. I don't know, man. I don't want to be too much of a pessimistic and just being Dan on the show already, even since we fired him. But there's just a lot of questions, especially looking at the trenches, that you're kind of like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Jimmy, you still love Cox, right?
Yes.
Yeah, big Cox guy.
Will never change.
Well, little
guys.
Really, yeah, got it.
Yes. Looking at wide receiver, you mentioned, don't know if you did, looking at wide receiver, we have Christian Watson got paid. We traded Wicks. We didn't trade Dobbs. Dobbs left. We are now with our top three, Watson, Reed, Golden. We have Savion Williams, a question mark on what he can be. Still don't know. We have Bo Melton. Matt LaFleur loves him, being full-time at wide receiver now. Are you feeling better about this wide receiver unit not having as many mouths to feed, and you can kind of pinpoint your top guys? Like having the top three of those, Watson, Golden, Reed, in my mind is better, but I want to get your thoughts.
Yeah, it's again, to what I was saying with the defensive line, play the guys that you're paying, right? Watson got paid to be a playmaker.
Yep.
If he's healthy, he should be out there making plays. I think a lot of what was stunting some of the growth of the guys was having to share so many reps at practice, in the games. It's hard to get in that rhythm, get a flow going for a guy, where this way they can really get out there and kind of do that. As well as you've got Tucker Kraft, another guy to feed, right? And you've got to get Josh Jacobs the ball. Hopefully you got to get Marshawn Lloyd the ball for more than a series before he's dead. So there's still a lot of mouths to feed, just not as many in that room. And I think the other thing that this team lacks is that guy that's going to fire the team up. The guy, when they need to come out of a timeout late in the game and convert on a third down, a fiery guy that's going to yell at the offensive line to get going, or they can yell at the receivers, or can talk to Jordan to make sure he's locked in. And I think it was hard before because Romeo had to know he was always the odd man out, provided Christian Watson was healthy. And so I don't think, one, just a little bit that we saw from him, I don't know that that's his personality, but Watson being hurt so much, it's hard for him to step in and be that guy. And then Reed had an opportunity early last year, and then he got hurt. And so it's hard to step in and be that guy. I could see Tucker being him, being that fiery dude that can go get guys, to kind of fire up a bit. So hopefully they find that guy this year. It feels like a cheesy cliche, but like every team needs one. And this team just hasn't had that guy for a very long time on defense either. I think Parsons is finally a guy that will talk and will say things that can be backed up. But it feels like the defense for the longest time has been missing that leader too. So hopefully they can figure that out this year. And I think with a lot less mouths to feed, it's a lot less people to worry about, who's saying what and whose responsibility that is.
Yeah, I think with the defense, say Parsons is one, and then bringing in Zaire Franklin, I think is another guy who's kind of a psychopath a bit in a good way. Someone that worked themselves up from a special teams player to an all-pro at linebacker. And he's vocal, he's aggressive. I think him and Parsons will be good vocal leaders on that side, but I definitely agree on the offense is we have to see who kind of steps up. Jordan Love's a good leader, so it's not a knock on him, but he's not that fiery, get in your face kind of guy. And that's what everyone praises about him. He's cool, calm, collective. Tucker Kraft, I can see it with Josh Jacobs news. I don't know if he should be fiery right now. Let's calm down, buddy. Let's figure out what happens there. But outside of him, I don't, maybe an offensive lineman, but I don't even see anyone there kind of being a psychopath. We had Rasheed Walker dry humping people in college, but I don't, on the offense, Sean Ryan, maybe Mr. Sex Appeal can kind of be that guy. We'll see. We'll see what kind of steps up there. But
he might be too sexy for it.
Too sexy. Dude, he is sexy. Sex appeal is for days. Crop tops, that hair, it is.
I just thought about his brother again. God, that guy's fucking cool.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to be his friend so bad. Overalls and shirtless, top-notch character.
With that ink, the skin tone.
Aroused just thinking about it.
Jeez, guy. Can you be more fucking cool and hot?
The last bits of news. Cisse jumped in. Valentine hurt his hamstring, so Cisse got reps with the first team. Tight end room just depleted. Tucker Kraft coming back from injury. He should be fine week 1 off pup now. Luke Musgrave, neck injury. I don't know how to say his name. Lachey, Lakey. They tried to sign him earlier in the offseason, failed his physical, bar him back. Now he's scooting around with the boot on his foot. So he has injury. Their undrafted rookie, he also has an injury. So they're down to Thomas Yasmin, the Australian guy that they signed. They're down to Wiley, and they're down to an injured Tucker Kraft. I'm sure there's some other no names on there, but that room is completely depleted. So we'll see what they do at tight end. I'm sure there will have to be some moves made there. But I do want to ask, as we wrap it up, it's a training camp episode, so we'll go short here. But do you have any crushes on this team? I know last year mine was Malik Heath. Did not work out well. Ended up getting suspended and then released. So I don't know right now who my crush is, but do you have one on this training camp thing, or are you just not involved enough to really have a crush?
I think I've got a little bit of one on both sides of the ball. One, Marshawn Lloyd. Just if he can stay healthy, the little bit that we've seen from him, we don't have anybody with that twitch that he has, and that ability to just hit the next gear and go. And I think that can be a lot of fun if he can stay healthy. So that I think he's going to be my dude on offense. And then defensively, you mentioned him, Cisse. I really want to see what he can do. The cornerback, he's going to have lots of opportunities in this secondary. So is he, everyone's talked about it. He's a really good athlete. That doesn't always translate to being a really good corner. So
Yeah.
there's a lot more that goes there. So I think those are my two crushes. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I've gotten excited about the last couple of times we've changed coordinators to like, this is the guy that's going to bring change. Everybody was all over Halfley.
Yeah.
I want a guy that makes our defense like something other teams are scared of.
Yeah.
And sure, Halfley was an improvement, but he was competing with stale bread. Like,
yeah,
it's hard not to improve from where they were. So, I hope Gannon can come in, but I'm really tempering my expectations for the defense, partially because the secondary is a huge question mark. Without Parsons, the pass rush is a huge question mark. I think the run defense has been a huge question mark since I was like 12. So there's a lot of question marks on defense and a new coordinator. So this might be hey guys, Jordan, go out there and score 35 points a week and see what happens.
It's a weird year just in general for the NFC North, because I feel like every team, the Packers definitely have a lot of question marks. You look overall at the NFC North, every team you can point at, Vikings, what are they going to do at quarterback? You might have Kyler Murray. Is he good? We don't know. Like, we've seen him sometimes play well with the Cardinals. You look at the Lions, what's the offensive line going to do? Their secondary is depleted. The Bears, biggest regression candidates ever, just one-score games, turnover battle. They already had Kobe Bryant go down with not the one that's dead, the other one. They already had him go down with the knee injury, going to be out 8 to 10 weeks. There's just a lot of question marks. So like, that's one positive, because like, we're talking with the Packers, like, we don't know what's going to happen, but it's the whole North right now. It could be the toughest division, or everything goes south for every team. And it's just like, what happened to this group? For crushes though, it's tough for me to want one. I feel like I am, as we said, jersey wise cursed. So like, I'm cautious to pick anybody, especially how my crushes turned out with Malik Keith last year. So I'm going to stay away from Marshawn Lloyd, because I don't think he needs that from me. I am Savion Williams. I want to see what he can do. He was another person that battled injury all last year. He's coming back now, wide receiver 4, someone that can be a gadget player. We saw him in Wildcat last year, someone that could return. It's kind of a cool possibility there. See what happens. On the defensive side of the ball, dude, Anthony Campbell has been someone you've been seeing a lot of tweets about. He was an undrafted rookie last year for the Seahawks, spent some time on their practice squad, and then now with the Packers. I just want to see, he's batted down 4 balls in the last like 3 practices, and that defensive line is, you can definitely carve out a spot.
On more balls than you.
Get him. Never. My hands are on the most. You know that. For sure. You've experienced it. Sure. I don't know. I just think
shout out Cincinnati.
There's a lot of people that can step up. But to your point on Gannon, it is going to be, I feel like he's facing the opposite. He is facing the opposite of Halfley. To your point, Halfley came in, you're competing with Joe Barry. You're going to look good regardless. You put an average defense out there, and we're going to sing your praises, which you did at times, because there were some games did not look good. That final playoff game, great example. Like, we gave up a huge lead. A lot of that's on the defense. Obviously, the offense had to step up. They didn't either. It is what it is. But Gannon now, because people have the rose-colored glasses with Halfley, Gannon could be slightly better, and people are going to crap on him and say he's not up to snuff. So I have high hopes for him. He was creative with the Cardinals. He put some interesting things out there with just a lack of talent on that team. So we'll see what he does with the team now with a healthy Parsons. That is, when he comes back, like, the defense completely changes. The secondary obviously is the biggest question. Nixon, not as bad as people say. Cisse, who knows? Valentine can't tackle. Decent in man coverage. He'll get you a couple penalties, but we'll see what happens there.
And they sign a guy?
St. Juice.
Yeah. Is he any good?
When we signed him, he was kind of deemed more of a special teams player. Like, he'll compete. He did okay with the Chargers. was his best season last year. From everything they say, he's more of a zone guy. Gannon does like to run quarters, so could do well, but it's going to be an uphill battle for him. Everyone kind of said he's going to be a Zane Anderson replacement on that special teams, so we'll see. I mean, in secondary right now,
Good,
you can
because
sign
how do
anybody.
you replace a guy like Zane Anderson?
Tough.
That was my number one concern going into the offseason was how do you replace Zane Anderson?
Exciting whites, man. They're hard to replace. But honestly, that's most of the news. So I want you to give a way too early prediction on where you think the Packers finish in the NFC North.
Well, I was just gonna go for it and ask you, is this team a Super Bowl contender?
Start the season? No. When Micah comes back, maybe. I have to say no.
You know Mike is coming back.
I have to say no right now. Okay. Because there's too many, and I would give that answer to everyone in the NFC North. Like right now, no, because there's too many question marks. If more situations hit the ceiling than the floor, yes. Like if Jordan Morgan's a above average left tackle, Belton takes a step up, Aaron Banks can stay healthy. Yes.
There's a lot of ifs.
That's what I'm saying. So because there's so many ifs, I have to say no. When they start proving otherwise, then we'll go from there. But at the start of the year, we're a playoff team, not a Super Bowl team.
I'm going to disagree.
No, you're not.
I think this team wins it. I think this team wins the Super Bowl this year.
For why? In what area are you like, we're a Super Bowl team right now?
I think our top four pass catchers, I think we have a top five quarterback.
Yeah.
Our top
five is a stretch.
Name them.
Mahomes, even ACL, Mahomes. He's not number one. So I'll go Josh Allen.
Okay.
Mahomes in the top five. Matthew Stafford's in the top five.
Mahomes not this year. Mahomes isn't.
He's going to be, dude.
Let me see him play.
Fine. Take Mahomes out. You can put him at 6. I still put Mahomes at 6. Josh Allen.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford. I still think Lamar Jackson's up there with his passing ability, rushing. He has all that. You have Herbert. He's going to have Mike McDaniel as an offensive coordinator now. Mm-hmm. It's going to be different. And I hate this because I think Dak Prescott's a really good quarterback. And I think he gets and he has CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
I don't have to listen to anything you say. That was the word.
Joe Burrow, if he's healthy, he's up there. I don't think Jordan Love's he's in the top 10 and he's right at that 6-7 range.
I can argue on Herbert. I can argue on Dak. We can argue on Lamar. Like
you made me take Mahomes out of there. I still put Mahomes in the top 5.
That means I successful. I'll give you Josh Allen.
Yep.
I'll give you Stafford. For sure. You can argue Jordan Love is as good as anyone else you named. So I'm going to argue that he's I'm going to believe in my guy. I'm going to choose to believe in my guy and say he's top 5.
And he could very well be top 5. He has the ability to be a top 5 quarterback. I'm saying right now, he's not considered a top 5 quarterback. He's on the fringe. He's in that 6 to 8
Maybe
range.
Not in your book. But you got Dak Prescott.
I think Dak Prescott's a really good quarterback.
I don't think he's top 10.
No. What's he
done? What's he done?
But then to your standard, what's Jordan Love done? If that's what we're going to say about Dak Prescott. Yeah, he beat Dak Prescott in a playoff game 3 years ago. Yes.
Okay. Has Dak Prescott won a playoff game since?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Dak Prescott's a really good quarterback. I'm just saying with his weapons of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, he's set up a little bit. We have a good receiving group, but we don't have a CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens yet. And I think Jordan Love can be in the MVP conversation.
Top 4 options were better than them.
If you top 4 pass catcher wise, yes, I agree.
Okay.
Their top 2 is a lot better than our top 2.
Okay.
I'm not saying Jordan Love can be in the game with 3 conversation. Jim. You're making it seem like I'm saying Jordan Love's terrible. Jordan Love is a really good quarterback, and he's from that 6 to 8 range. I would argue, like you could say, I could see a season where Jordan Love destroys Dak Prescott. It's better. I can see a season where Dak Prescott is right up there with Jordan Love.
That's what I see is Jordan Love in my world is top 5. He's better than everyone else you named, except for I'll give you Stafford and Allen. And I guess I just choose to believe that this
you would
team
take
is going
Jordan
to be
Love
good.
over Mahomes right now going into this year. You would take Jordan Love over Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely.
That's wild, dude. Patrick Mahomes is a top 3 all-time quarterback.
Yeah. And
you would take Jordan Love over him.
And he's coming off of an injury.
ACL. We all have ACLs. You had an ACL. I had an ACL. It happens all the time. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to play good, but for one season, I think that this year. So I'll give you Mahomes. Great. There's still 4. That puts Jordan Love at 4.
See, I really like, yeah. And I guess I was going to argue I really like Herbert with Mike McDaniels, but I haven't seen that. So I can't put him up there at that point. I think that marriage is going to be really good. But I'm not saying Jordan Love's bad. Jordan Love is fringe top 5. I just wouldn't confidently put him in the top 5 because we also have a healthy Burrow coming in.
But that's what I'm saying. I've got him in the top 5, which is part of why I believe that this is a team that's going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the year that everybody else goes, holy shit, Todd's right. Jordan Love's the top 5 quarterback. Easily.
Okay. But then flip to the other side.
Yeah.
Can our secondary do enough to hold up with teams, even with a Parsons coming back late in the season? We have McKinney and Williams, top 2 best NFL safety.
Tell me what changed, because it went from Micah Parsons going to miss the first month to he's going to miss half the year to now you're saying he's not coming back till late in the season?
Well, if it's going to be half the year, I'm going to say that's to me late in the season. So yes, half the year. We can keep it at that.
When did it switch from a month? Because they play 17 games, right? You're gonna play 4, maybe 5 games depending on the calendar in a month.
Well, you see different reports even from his brother who put out there. Like they're going to be conservative with him because there's an ACL injury and then also the meniscus. He had to go back in and clean.
We all have them.
I agree, but I'm saying
so you're putting
different than Mahomes. Mahomes is practicing right now.
Mahomes is great. Parsons might be
dead. It's 2 different positions. Parsons is having to go against 300-pound offensive linemen every single play. He has to put that force and the agility there. Mahomes, get the ball quick out of your hands. We see Aaron Rodgers' dead body play every week. It's a totally different position. So, yes, the knee is going to be different. All I'm saying –
never playing again. Got it.
Fuck off. Parsons is coming back. It's going to be halfway through the season. So, I'll even take that out. He comes back great. That defense right now, where they're at, do you think that can be a Super Bowl defense with the problem in the secondary?
I'm going to choose to believe that everyone progresses up front like they should and can perform. They're all getting paid. They're all NFL players. It's not like
a segment ago we were talking about how the defensive line, it's a lot of question marks, and now we're doing, I believe they're all going to live up to
there is a question mark there. But I think my answer for that question mark is yeah, they're going to produce. They're going to be good.
So then out of all of them, who do you have the most confidence in outside of Micah Parsons on that defensive line? Who do you have the most confidence in to step up?
I think it's Devontae Wyatt's defense.
For why?
He's been there. I think he's got a little bit of a nasty attitude. And I think he's just a guy now. He got paid. He's got, some stability, some comfort in that, and is just going to be able to do his thing up there. They're going to lean on him, right? And I think as an edge, you've got more responsibility than just get upfield. So LVN is going to be disadvantaged. I think he can still really stand out and play some meaningful football. I think he can have a really good year, but I think coming out, like it's a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure that's going to be put on him. I think Devontae Wyatt in his position can really just get nasty and go do it.
I mean, Devontae Wyatt's he's been good, but it's the same shit with him, LVN. Like, they have flashes and then they've been hurt every year. They always get injured and then it diminishes.
I'm turning injuries off this year.
Oh, well, then you should have told me that from the get-go, because then, yes, we're a Super Bowl team. If you take injuries off, yeah, we're fine. You put them on, it's going to be fucking tough.
I'm not looking at this team making a prediction going, well, someone's going to –
You just said a second ago the Packers are winning the Super Bowl this year. That is a prediction.
I know. And what I'm saying is I'm not going to make a prediction going, well, I think that, these guys are going to get hurt. This guy has an injury history. You don't build a team banking on injuries. You don't go through the season worrying about injuries. Injuries are going to happen. But if you can look at any team and say nobody is a Super Bowl contender because somebody's going to get injured.
Yeah.
If Stafford gets injured, are the Rams a contender?
No.
Okay. And Stafford's been injured in his career, correct?
That's our saving grace.
And he's old?
If he gets hurt. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
No, I agree.
So
the
Rams.
I'm the one talking about injuries.
So the Rams are a terrible fucking team.
Oh, no. We're not doing this. I'm not Dan. We're not going to spin shit I'm saying where it's going. No. Rams are a great team. If their star, which we agree, top 2 or 3 quarterback in the NFL right now gets injured, yes, they're not going to win a Super Bowl. In the same way, if Jordan Love gets injured, if Devontae Wyatt, I'm not even going to bring Micah Parsons, I love you. He doesn't come back the way we want him to this year, we're not a Super Bowl team. Yes. And so I agree in the same way with Mahomes. But that's things you have to consider because that's a real fucking part of it.
You can consider
injury histories.
You can consider Micah Parsons when he comes back from injury. But saying, well, LVN's been hurt before, so I don't have confidence in his ability to play at all. Like that's counterproductive.
But that's not what I'm saying. I don't have question in his ability to play. I have a question in his ability to stay healthy because he's been hurt the last 2 years.
Got it out of
in the same. Okay, well then, yeah, you should have told me that. In the same way, we're all still worried about Christian Watson. Like that's the thing. Is like
he's fine.
Okay, you've been talking to his dad. Is that it? You changed course?
No. Me and old Tasm still aren't on speaking terms.
No. That wedding comment got him?
Yep.
Fair enough. I don't, but I just want to end this. Jordan Love is for sure a top 10 quarterback, closer to 5 than 10. I want to end on that note. But
he's not as good as Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert.
He's in the same tier to where any season, any of them can be better than
he's
the others.
not.
Like when you
he's not because you put both of those guys in the top 5, and I would say top 10 would be a different tier than top 5.
You have to look at history though. Like Dak Prescott has been doing it for longer at this level. Jordan Love has just gotten to this level last season. He had a decent rookie second half of his rookie year.
He's been in the league.
His second year.
So just because a guy's been in the league, then
put Aaron Rodgers
in the top 5.
You have more context to look at
because he's been doing it forever.
You have to look at recent and full context.
Aaron
Rodgers did it longer.
2 MVPs in the last 5 years.
Sucks lately. That is the key part. Sucks lately.
Has sucked forever, Dak Prescott. But he has 2 really shiny toys. So you think he's top 5?
It plays a part. Yes. You put other quarterback. If you put who's another French top 10 quarterback? I hate him. You put Caleb Williams on that team. Instantly, you're going to consider him better because he has 2 top 10 wide receivers on his team. It's the best wide receiving duo in the NFL. It's better than Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You have the 2 best wide receivers.
But top 4, what happens?
Top
4.
We have more depth, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
We have more depth. What would you rather have?
I forget. You only throw it to 2 players. You can only 2 players outside of the quarterback can touch the ball in a game.
We're not going to do it. So let me ask you, would you rather have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens as your top 2 wide receivers, or would you rather have the 4 that we have right now?
The 4 that we have right now.
Okay. Your 4 is a number 1 in Christian Watson, who has not had a full healthy season, a number 2 in Jaden Reed, who had a really good rookie year and has not lived up to that since. Matthew Golden, who could be really good, we don't know. And Savion Williams, a second or third round pick.
Tucker Kraft is your 4th ball catcher.
Okay, yeah, he's very good. Yes, that changes where I'm thinking because Tucker Kraft is very good.
Right.
But they also have a decent tight end. It's not like they have – who do they have? Ferguson at their tight end?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
He's not bad, but he's not as good as Tucker.
He's not Tucker Kraft. Yeah, no, I agree.
Right.
But if you're looking at straight wide receivers, I'd much rather have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
Looking at straight wide receiver. I'm looking at Gabe, wide receiver, all of them. I don't care. What does that have to do with anything? I want pass catchers.
Okay, yeah, you're right. My bad. Sorry,
Jeez.
LGBT. That's my fault.
So you've got the Packers 4th in the division. I've got them finishing 1st and then winning the Super Bowl.
Fuck you, dude. No, I think.
Who do you think they're going to take with the number 1 overall pick next year? Then, since you've got them finishing last,
nobody, because Cowboys have our pick.
That's tough.
Yep, they won't be taking a quarterback because they have a really good one. I hate you. Let's wrap it up here. I hate you.
Shout out to the she's, gays, and theys. All right there, bud. All right, wrap it up for us.
You're hosting. Thank you guys for listening. Dan is fired. He sucks. We have Pickett joining us when he's back from his vacation. We wanted to let him rest and recover before he has to deal with us two and steer the ship. We will be back next week, Monday, 7?
Does 8 work better for you?
8 works better for me.
Yeah, let's do 8 then.
Monday, 8 p.m. Central Time next week. We appreciate you guys listening. Tune in next week for Lombardi's Bar with us two, maybe Pickett. I don't know when he's back. You have a better sense. We'll find out. It might be us two. Pickett might be with us, but tune in next week, Monday, 8 p.m. Central. Thank you guys.
Maybe we'll have a super sexy surprise guest.
Oh, fair enough.
Tune in and find out.
Yeah. All the she's, gays, and theys. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you nailed it.
She's, gays, and theys. Got to hit end.
I got to hit this one first. It's not going. I don't know what to tell you. You click it.
Shout out She's, Gays, and Theys.